the violist. What should I be doing? Okay.
No shouting, no shouting. Hey guys, one book on the stand, so one of you can take your books off. Oh
What did you do?
Hey guys, a couple ground rules. Okay. So guys, we need to talk. Thank you. So a couple ground rules. Excuse me. I'm time to talk. Okay. So a couple ground rules, right, guys? Concert etiquette, right? Even if your parents wave at you, just sit there, look cute, and just smile. And if they say wave back, go no. Okay, so no waving, guys, no standing, no hooping and hollering, okay? So just be very, professional, okay? All right? You understand? So you can whisper to each other softly right now, but just no yelling and yada, 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 okay? Go ahead, you can talk amongst yourselves. You got time, keep talking amongst yourselves. All right. Okay. All right. Cello section. See all the cellos. All right. You guys. Test, test. Ooh, is it working? All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome tonight to the debut concert for the fourth grade orchestra. So on stage, you have the fourth graders and some beginner fifth graders from North and North Grove Elementary School. And tonight is less of a concert and more of an infomercial, where we're going to take you through what your children has learned over the last couple months, and then give you, within that, you'll see a preview of what's going to happen the rest of the year. Okay, so are you ready, guys? Yeah. Okay, it's perfect, right? So, it's that perfect thing of stage presence in overcoming stage fright. That's what orchestra offers. We learn how to perform in front of people and working together as a team. So hopefully this group setting will be that first time to help them overcome some of that stage fright, which I suffer as well, even as an adult. So it's a great skill that being in orchestra has to learn. So the first thing we learned was how to prepare our instruments and get ready to play. So I would like to start with that. So orchestra, okay. Can we get into playing position, please? Set your instruments up. Violins and violas, ready? Right? Top of the hand. Slide down on your shoulder. Look left. Okay. Tabletop fingers. Now pivot in your chairs. Turn towards the stands. And you're ready to play. Ta-da! Okay. You laugh, but you don't understand how long that takes to teach. Okay? All right. So the first thing we learned is to play our open strings. So each instrument has 4 open strings. The violins and basses have the same strings, and the cellos and the violas have their strings, and they're situated in different positions. So navigating which string is which and what particular strings. You're going to hear a lot of what we call our D and A string, because those are 2 of the major common strings that all 4 instruments possess. So we will start our first song, Mix 'Em Up, plucking our D and A string, pizzicato. So we use right away the professional music terms, mostly in Italian, but we use right with them. So they're basically learning a foreign language, because 90% of our terms are in Italian. So pizzicato, ready? Instruments up. Playing position, song 7. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Now here's the crazy thing, what makes your children so marvelous is that, right, we've never rehearsed together as a group. In previous years, pre-COVID, we were able to bus all the kids together back in September or October and have a bunch of lessons where they're all sitting together and learning this skill. And we thought, oh boy, we're in trouble. But look at what your children are doing. So super proud of them, super proud of what they are putting together on the spot. All right, going on. From there, we learned our open strings. Now we're learning to put our fingers down. So song 15, okay. So putting our fingers down and moving them up and down to change notes. So our next song, Mix 'Em Up, demonstrates that ability of having those fine motor skills, which definitely during COVID, we're on the computer all the time now, Chromebooks, we're not using our pencils anymore. Guess what Orchestra's doing? We are bringing back those fine motor skills that we don't use as much as in the past. So, did I say mix up? Walking song, right? No. Yeah, walking song, okay. All right. Instruments up, playing position. Set your first finger. Set your second and third. turn and face your parents. So, photo opportunity. All right. Now that we are able to manipulate those fingers, now we turn them into music. So the next one is Rolling Along. Okay, the next one in your children's book is called Rolling Along. You probably heard your children say that. For those of you who are guests, who are maybe grandparents or friends and family, we're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell you what the song is. It's the term rolling. The song they use in the book is Rolling Along. It's just so they don't get sued by the real name. And you know, parents always ask like, how do I know? Like, I can't help my kids. You know, I don't know, like, how do I help them? It's like, well, here's an easy one. Rolling Along is a real song, okay? If it doesn't sound like the real song, they're doing it wrong. So, so that's how you can help. It's like, dear, maybe you might want to check your notes one more time. Make sure you're playing the right notes. So, without further ado, Rolling Along, AKA, you'll figure it out. Yes, so that is Rolling Along, or Mary Had a Little Lamb. And what's neat about that song is that we're going to learn a lot of variations on that song. So that was the beginner baby version, and eventually you'll hear the Mary Lost Her Little Lamb version, and then we take it to, in the 5th grade, we take it to the advanced version, which uses a little more advanced technique and turn it into the real Mary Had a Little Lamb that you're used to, okay? So now, what you may notice or may not notice is that we've played all our music on one string, in this case the D string. So now what we're trying to do is expand their range. So now we're going to move notes to the D string and the A string. So we're going to do our most basic aspect. If you're had any music background, it's called the D major scale, and that's basically our vocabulary. It's the word bank of all our notes. Yes. Song 31. So of a word bank of, right, 32, sorry. It's a word bank of all the notes that we use for most of our songs, okay? So we will play through all those notes and just show you the fundamentals of the notes that we play. So. 32, right? Up the D scale. Okay, here we go, ready? Oh, violins and violas. Edge of your chair, scooch up. There you go. Here we go. Ready? Set your first finger down. Set your first finger, violins, violas. Now lift it off and keep your posture. Here we go. Ready? Eyes on the music. 1, 2, ready, go. As parents, as grown-ups, aren't we always criticizing the younger generation? They have no patience, long-term goals, right? Isn't that what we're always talking about? Well, you've probably figured out too. I think anyone under the age of 50, we kind of also fall into that generation, right? I'm sure a lot of you are like, when are we gonna use the bow? When are they gonna use the bow, right? But look at, they have slowly started, they have had to learn how to be patient, to understand long-term goals, and not, and the big thing, right? It's not playing an orchestra. You learn how not to live without instant gratification, right? Think of that skill that you learn. Everything about what we play, long-term goals, long-term skills, things that don't happen right away. You have to work at them constantly, some of them the rest of your life to hone and develop. That's what your children are learning in orchestra. All these skills, physical motor skills, analytical skills, and things like patience and long-term planning. So that's all a part of being a successful musician. So now it is time to learn how to do our bows. So we are going to do the basic bow strokes that they will need to play all the songs the rest of the year. So we're just going to demonstrate just some short little exercises that we have started with your children, and hopefully you're hearing this at home, okay? The one thing I want you to understand is, you know, as string players, we're always resentful about, oh, violin, viola, cello, bass, that squeaky sound. After they play right now, I want you to decide, as beginners, what do you think of their tone? So here we go. D-string for the cellos. Violin, yeah, let's do it all together. Okay. Violins and violas, play your high string. E string, A string. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay, watch. I play, you play. Just gonna do down, up, Ready? I play, you play. Ready, go. Again. Ready, go. Good. Now roll over to another string. Pick one more string, roll over. Here we go. I play, you play. Ready, go. Good. Roll back to your first string. Roll back to your first string. Pepperoni pizza. I play, you play. Good job, guys. Congratulations to you, orchestra. Congratulations to you as parents. Thank you, in all seriousness, thank you for your patience. Did that sound screechy and whiny to you? No. We teach creating a beautiful sound right from the beginning, and your children are doing that. They now have the foundation. We've already started learning Twinkle, or most of us have, and learning other things. The rest of the year now, we just start playing songs and just making more and more beautiful music. Any words, Mrs. Snaki? No? Thank you for thank you for... Oh, we're not, yeah, don't go anywhere. No. I wasn't sending them away. So we have one concert. So you're asking yourself, okay, so why do we continue this? Why do we make this a long-term investment? We're here to show you what happens when you continue to invest in this program and your children. Mrs. Snaki, take it away.
Well, we need to all move.
Okay. Right. Yep.
All right, so cellos, put your end pins in.
Violins.
We're going to go sit in the reserve section.
Front row. Stand up.
All your stuff.
Front row.
Leave your names.
Follow me.
Put your
Pull.
clothes.
Grab your books.
Grab
Grab
your
your
books.
books.
Leave your names.
Take everything with you. Not leave your name tags. Take your books.
Bring all your stuff. And
Second row. I didn't say stand up. Front row.
So my name is Mrs. Tanaki. Did we introduce ourselves? I don't know if we did. I'm Mrs. Tanaki, and the other guy's Mr. Tanaki. Oh, he's down there. We're the orchestra staff. Hi, welcome. I teach at the middle school. Mr. Tanaki teaches at the high school, and we do all the elementary lessons. We're super busy. He teaches at every school. Crazy, but we make it work. In front of you is the jazz strings, Sycamore jazz strings, and this is made up of middle school and high school students. This is our extracurricular activity. So we love playing for the first concert of the year because we get to show you what you can be. So on stage, raise your hand if you started as a 4th grader here at Sycamore. Yes, okay, woohoo, right? Okay, if you went to North or North Grove, raise your hand. Was North Grove a school? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna play one piece for you, and this is the end result, we promise. If you keep practicing and you dedicate your time, you could be up here in just 2 years. Okay, so I have one word for you. Practice. If you practice, you get to do cool stuff like this, which is so awesome. Okay, we have to say goodnight. We would love to play more for you, but we have 2 more concerts to give. So make sure that you take the right child home with the right instrument and the book, and make sure they have everything with them. And we will see you in a few months at another concert. Okay, good evening. Thank you. I'll bring your bass stuff. Oh no, your bass stuff.
Thank you. Thanks for helping. Appreciate it. Yes, go home. Go home.
We don't need it. Thank you.
Oh, maybe I didn't bring him over to the front. Sorry. I tried to separate. Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for this.
Oh, sure. Thanks for doing this. Like, being a part of
I
it.
can't even count how many of these I've been to. Like,
I know,
for each one of my kids. Thank you so much.
Right? Well, you're one of those legacy families. We have, like the Briscoes, or
Yeah, right.
So you're the next one. So come through. So we appreciate you being here.
Oh, yeah. This is to the Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Music out of them, I really appreciate it. Great up there, Claire. Awesome.
Should be.
And my good side. Hey, Jude. Jude, come up here. All right, go by the violas. The violas are over. See the girl in the purple? Hey, Emily. I totally misplaced her. So viola. In the viola section. Yeah. Good night. Good night. Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Ken Tanaki. I'm one of the orchestra teachers. So, thank you. No. And on stage is the first concert debut of your children, the 4th grade orchestra from Southeast, South Prairie, and West. So we are super excited. Did I get the right schools? Okay, yeah, I game all mixed up. Got 3 concerts tonight. Everything's running together. So tonight is less of a formal concert and more of an infomercial on the things that we have taught your children over the last 3 months. So we're just going to describe. It's very informal, and it gives you insight into how often do you get insight into what we do as teachers and what your children do in class. So a lot of what we're doing, we're showing you, is how we're teaching what class is like at school. So of course, learning to play a string instrument well always starts with proper posture. It is the foundation of everything. You just cannot play well unless you have good posture. So we spend a lot of time on that. So we're going to show you how to go from our rest position to our playing position. So here we go. Ta-da! And like I said in the first concert, you have no idea how hard this is, okay? How much time we have to spend on this. So going on from proper posture, we start to learn how to do pizzicato on our open strings. And yes, pizzicato, which we know in America is plucking the strings. But in orchestra, 90% of our terms are in Italian. And we don't baby things down for your kids on day one. From day one, we are teaching your children the proper professional terms that we use in orchestra. So they are ready when they go on, and hopefully not even needing to become a professional musician, but if they go and play in their community orchestra like Kishwaukee Symphony one day, they already know the terms that we use as professionals. So we are going to play Song 7, mix them up, and demonstrate our open strings doing pizzicato. Isn't it just amazing when we get all the kids together, the sound that they produce, right? It's beautiful. Special kudos to this new and probably future generations. In the past, pre-COVID, when the schedule worked out, we were able to bus all the schools together to the middle school, and they would have several weeks of practice learning how to play together. And that's one of the huge experiences that we no longer have. However, instead of looking at that as a negative, what's amazing is that, right, these 3 schools are coming together for the first time on the stage. What you're hearing, they've never done together. And look what they're doing. They're playing together without any pre-practice. Amazing, yes. The next concept, after learning how to play the open strings of the instrument, now we're learning to put our fingers down. And by putting our fingers down, we change the length of the string, and that changes the pitch, and we're able to make different notes. So our next song, Song 15, Walking Song, will demonstrate how we put our fingers up and down. And now comes the exciting part, right? Because now that they know how to change their fingers on the string, now we can apply it to real songs. So the next song in the book, if you follow your children's progress, it's called Rolling Along. It's only called Rolling Along so they don't get sued. So it's a real song, and as I always say when parents ask, like, how can I help my kid? How can I help them? Like, well, you can give them positive feedback by saying, in this case, in this song, if you don't recognize the song, maybe you should go back and check those notes. There might be a couple wrong notes. So most of the music that we play are recognizable children's songs. Or they're things that, it should always sound nice. So again, positive reinforcement. If something sounds a little askew to you, then you can say, hey, why don't you make sure you're playing the exact correct notes on that song. So I'm sure you will be able to recognize this song because they sound absolutely beautiful on it. So without further ado, rolling along. Ready? Don't forget the rest, guys. Stay with me. Okay, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Stand up, everyone. Stand up. Everyone turn and face the audience. Now, the detail of what the music we've been playing up until now, you'll notice that it's all on one string. So now what we did, or what we're doing, is expanding their range. So now they're learning to put their fingers down on 2 strings. And the basic foundation, if you have any music background, is called the scale, okay? And what is the scale? The scale is the equivalent of the word bank in their English class or science, social studies classes. It is a list of all the notes that they need to know in order to play these songs. So we are going to demonstrate for you our D major scale, okay? Song 32, going up, just 32, okay? Song 32. Song album 32. Set your posture, left-hand posture. Then lift that finger and keep your hand shaped. There you go. D major scale. Don't forget the rest. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. Now we finally get to the exciting part, right? So then that next huge step in our learning to play string instruments, okay? How many of you, right, we're always in our sometimes grumpy old selves. These kids, are we sick of instant gratification, right? Okay, well, what does orchestra teach? It teaches your children how to survive with not having instant gratification. As you see, learning a string instrument it's not Guitar Hero, folks, okay? This is a long process, okay? And frankly, how many of you were suffering from instant gratification? When are they gonna use the bow? When are they gonna play songs, right? So as parents, you're learning how to deal with dealing with something that's not instant gratification. Right? These guys have been working really hard. It takes a long time, especially to do the bow hold correctly. It's easy, just grab the bow and just saw away. But then there's is limited. So Right, they had to learn to wait a long time to learn, and they did it. Suddenly we're using the bow, and they're like, oh, that didn't feel that long. So look at all those just outside of playing a music instrument. They're learning patience, not having instant gratification, long-term goals. These long skills that we teach in orchestra that just go beyond what they're learning in that day or that moment. And that's huge. That's something that, very few activities nowadays. We're trying to turn everything into success immediately. That's not how we get better in our field. So they're learning some really huge skills that they will be able to apply to everything that they do in life. So enough of that, my soapbox on that. Learning the bow. So now it's time to grab your bows. We are just going to do some short demonstration on some basic skills on bow use and manipulating the bow, which sets them up for the future. So, all right, got your bow holds. Go ahead. Go through your process. Take your time. We'll wait. Check your open mouths. Check your curved pinky, back thumbs. Okay. All right, here we go. Instruments up. Position. Okay, I'll talk you through it. Right? Cellos. Okay, violins and violas. A string, E string, right? Your highest string for the upper strings. Ready? I'm going to play down, up, up. Okay, I play, you play. Ready? Ready, go. I play again. Good. Roll over one string. Roll over to the next string. Here we go. I play, you play. Good. Roll back to your original string. Go back to your original string. Pepperoni pizza. I play, you play. Roll over to your next string, your other string. That's it. Stand up. And by the way, I have lots of soapboxes that I stand on, but typical in our media, right? That when they start beginner strings and it's all squeaky and scratchy, right? Isn't that the perception of young beginner strings? Did that sound squeaky and scratchy to you? No, we teach beautiful sound from day one, whether it's pizzicato or arco. Arco is the term we use for using the bow. We promise you that we are going to teach your children always to play with a beautiful sound from a beautiful heart, right? Just like Suzuki. So, thank you so much. Thank you, 4th grade, 5th grade beginners. We have one special treat for you. We're going to do a little bit of a personnel change and get ready to see the future of your children's education. So, all right. So, everyone, get your books, get all your stuff, Taking everything with you. Leave the name tags. Take all your stuff that you brought on stage. Okay. Hold on. Front row only. Stand up. Everyone else sit. Okay. Front row only. Violins and violas. Front row. Stand up. Okay. You got everything.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Tanaki. I'm the other half of the Tanaki duo. Well, thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Mr. Tanaki teaches the violin and viola elementary lessons, and I do the cello bass lessons. And I'm at the middle school, and he's at the high school. And in front of you is a collection of middle school and high school students that make up our Sycamore Jazz Strings. So this is an extracurricular group, but these are all orchestra students here in Sycamore. So on stage, jazzers, raise your hand if you started in 4th grade, just like these wonderful students in the audience. Sweet. Nice. So this is your future. If you dedicate your time and you practice, you can be up here on stage just like these guys. How many of you went to Southeast, South Prairie, or West? Woohoo, nice. So welcome to your future. We're gonna play one piece for you so you can hear what it sounds like when you put some time in and you practice. And you can be up here in just a couple years. Okay, enjoy. Okay, so one word, practice. If you practice, you can do cool, awesome things like that. It's so fun. So we'd love to play more for you, but we have to do another concert. So you're gonna take a child home with you, make sure it's the right child. Make sure they have their instrument and their book and everything they came with. Hopefully they still have all their stuff. And we'll see you in a few months at our next concert. Nice job, everybody. Thank you.
We're gonna try to fit you back. So go off stage. Yeah, you're on stage the whole time. That was the last round up. Do we
Good evening. Welcome to our 5th grade orchestra concert, our first one of the school year. We're so excited you're here. On stage is all of the 5th grade orchestra students at all 5 elementary schools. And we're crazy, we're just gonna try to play together for the first time in front of an audience. Doesn't that sound fun? So good luck to us. No, they have been working super hard at each school as little after-school orchestras. We've had 5, and now we're coming together as one. And I've asked our jazz string members who played earlier for the 4th grade students, if you remember back last year when they were in 4th grade, if you were with us, they played Carol of the Bells for the 4th graders, so they did that again this evening, which was awesome. And this year we're trying something new. We've written some harmony parts. So they're gonna play along with the 5th graders on a few songs and add like the next layer of orchestra. And we're really excited because we haven't heard it before. So woohoo, it's all new and exciting for us too. So welcome to our fun adventure that we're going on together as a team. So we're gonna start with rolling along and stumbling along and then rolling along. It's a major, minor, major sandwich with just 5th grade. This is just 5th grade.
Intro.
Okay, our next song is Jingle Bells. And we're gonna play this song twice. And for everyone on stage, we're gonna take a pause in between. So we're gonna play it as 5th graders, stop, and then the jazzers are gonna join, we'll play it again.
Intro.
Okay, good. I was like, what's next? We're doing our scale, a D major scale as a canon. So this is just for fifth graders, just fifth graders. And we're going to do a 3-part canon. So we're all going to play the same scale, but we start at different times, which creates our own harmony within the orchestra. So violins are starting, group 1. Violas are group 2. Cello, bass, group 3. Okay, next is Ode to Joy. This one we're going to do twice. Fifth graders are going to do it once, and then we'll add harmony with the jazzers. All right, so far we played on our D and our A strings, and our next song introduces us to the G string, which is a new string, and we all have that string. So we're gonna play Ba Ba Black Sheep, which is very similar to Twinkle, which we've played a bajillion times, but on a new string with different rhythms. So it's adding another layer. So here's Ba Ba Black Sheep. Our next song is French folk song. This song we're going to play twice. First as fifth graders, and then with some harmony. All right, before we play our last piece, well, we've worked for so many weeks and months, and it all happened so quickly. But they worked really hard on all of this music. So nice job, everyone. Before we play our last piece, first of all, I'm Amy Tanaki. I'm one of the orchestra teachers here. And that's Mr. Tanaki over there. We're the two orchestra teachers here in Sycamore. I teach all the cello bass lessons at the elementary schools, and Mr. Tanaki teaches all the violin and viola lessons. He's also at the high school. He's the high school teacher, and I'm the middle school teacher. And then I also do the jazz strings, which is a collection of middle school and high school students. It's like our extracurricular. In the evening, on Mondays, we meet once a week and play some cool tunes. Not just harmony for fifth grade, but other cool stuff too. So we have one new exciting thing that's happening this year, and that is Fiddle Fest. So that is taking place in February, and we're inviting the fifth graders to join the middle school students for this new event, and we're super excited about it. So there's going to be some information coming home in an email once I have everything all organized. But it's going to be Wednesday, February 8th, and it's going to start around 4 o'clock, and we're going to have a mini concert at 6:15, and this is taking place at the middle school. The other cool thing is that we have a guest clinician fiddle player that's coming and is going to do some of the teaching. It's going to teach us some new fiddle tunes and do some fun things. So it's going to be kind of a new, exciting thing. I'm really excited about it. You could know I'm saying exciting like 4 times. But that is going to be awesome, and I think it's going to be really fun for the fifth graders to see the middle school and get to play with them. So keep your eyes on your email for information on that. Another important thing is after-school orchestra. We're still having that for the month of December, but starting in January, we're going to alternate some weeks. We were hoping that we could combine and do 4th and 5th grade together, but we just have too many students, and we can't all meet at the same time. So you will have a schedule of which dates will be 5th grade and which dates will be 4th grade, and that's coming out, if not tomorrow, next week. I think that's it for announcements. Okay. We're going to play some twinkles for you. And we're having some of our seniors are going to do the intro. So Sophie is going to do an intro, and Emily and Luke. So 5th graders, I think Mr. Tanaki is still going to hang out up here.
Oh, am I?
I don't know. Sophie, do you want to come up and lead in the front? Oh, fun. How exciting. So Emily, do you want to be like in the wings? And then Luke, I have no idea what to do with you because you play cello. You're just going to stay there and just rock it from the back. Okay. So our seniors are going to lead Twinkles, and maybe Mr. Tanaki can hop up after Luke does his intro so they can follow you, just in case. Okay. Enjoy. All right, that concludes our program. Thank you, 5th graders. You sound fantastic. I'm so proud of you for coming together, and we're just making it work without rehearsing ahead of time. It always amazes me. Wow, they can really do that. So thank you to the jazzers for adding some harmony too. That added the next level. And thank you to parents and friends and family and those that are watching at home that couldn't be here. We have so many students that are out sick. So we look forward to seeing you at the next concert. So good evening. Thank you.